So she broke up with you?
No, I broke up with her for a white girl that
To go chase a white girl. You ain't have her yet.
yeah, I didn't.
Let's get into it. It's time to gird.
Wait.
You good? Like.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Hold on.
I've never been more ready. Come on, let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. You're ready.
Can you tell that I'm ready?
I can kind of. Sort of. It's not
I'm
like,
ready.
super clear.
Let's go. I'm literally up.
Okay.
Like you
Alrighty.
can hear me. I'm up.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Safe Space Podcast. I'm your host, Sydney Rosan, and I am with...
Your co-host, Spencer Rosan.
Hey!
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. It's time to get to business.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get to business.
Right.
But before we actually talk about anything,
Okay.
you're going to do something. You're going to do a couple things for me, okay? You're going to subscribe.
Right.
You're going to like.
Right.
And you're going to comment.
Yeah.
Now, at the time that we're posting, at the time of us filming this, I'm at 490 something subscribers. So thank you to the new family, to the new additions.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to the people who rocked with me from the very beginning.
Right.
I'm talking like 2 months ago, I was at 120. Now 490 is like not that many people, but like
it's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
But I appreciate everyone the same. I don't know. Maybe if I had some more money, I'd do like giveaways and stuff. But
yeah,
that
you're not there yet.
when I get there, I'll be giving you
aren't there
guys
yet.
AirPods and Crocs and affordable fun things. But let's get into this episode. So Spencer, what's going on with you? How are you feeling just about life and like in general? Like what's up with you?
Life currently is going good. You know, it's getting a little more eventful now because like after summer, right? Summer was like low.
Right. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that.
And so for a while, I was in recovery.
Okay.
Right.
You're
I was trying
no,
to.
No. You're in your healing journey.
Yeah,
Your
I was
healing
climbing
journey.
out of the ashes of that summer, and so like I feel like maybe a month or two ago, I finally had reconciled, come to peace, right? But then I was like, now what? Like life was kind of boring.
Okay.
Like I was really just, I was just chilling, but like I need a little bit more spice.
Okay. So where are we now?
We have
that was a month ago.
achieved
Okay.
some spice.
Okay.
Yes, we yes.
Life has some seasoning. It has some flavor
It
now.
has been flavorified.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good because it used to be mad salty and sour.
Yeah.
It used to be mad salty and sour. Now it tastes
was
like
bad.
mesquite.
Mm.
What's the other packet? Smoky applewood.
How do you remember that?
Because those are the two best ones, mesquite and smoky applewood. I'll just put you guys on, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Anywho, continue.
Well, okay. So we're gonna talk about. Should I just go into that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we're gonna talk today about is this like a relationship advice, pretty much, basically?
We can go
Like,
there.
kind of.
It is whatever both of us want it to be, and I'm okay with it being whatever it's going to become.
Okay. So, I guess we're talking about the development of a relationship and like the fears that come with that.
Right.
So I feel like it's a lot.
Okay. And you're kind of going through the early development phase, which is crazy because two episodes ago you were like, "How do I do this?"
Yeah.
And now you're like, "So I have a relationship developing, potential relationship developing."
Mm-hmm.
One thing about Spencer, he gonna move fast.
Running.
One episode he's here, the next he's there.
You never know.
You have to keep up with us.
Yeah, you do.
That's why you have to tune in to every episode. Otherwise, like if you miss an episode, that's like missing like a year's worth
Basically.
of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, because I'm just moving at light speed.
Right. And as you should be. That's how it should be. But like So tell me about where you are right now. You mentioned fears. And so like what exactly is causing or the root of that fear for you? Where's that coming from?
Okay, so this is gonna sound weird, but like, so I hear all this crazy stuff that like I see other kind of guys around me like doing to like women and stuff, and I'm just like, I would never see myself doing like any of those things,
Right.
but I'm just like, how am I any different than these people? So I'm like, what if like I'm just like them?
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's like I'm like paranoid all the time. Like I feel like I've kind of gotten a little bit more over it, but like it's still scary because it's just like, what is like in the water to make people act like this?
Okay. So when you have these like this internal monologue, I want you to kind of just like talk me and the audience through it. Like how does it start and like where do you end up?
Okay. So I'm like recently I saw this girl's TikTok who was like talking about like how she like hates men and all these things that they do, and I'm just like, what is the reason? But then I'm just like what if I would do something like that?
And so what was like they were cheating on her and doing crazy stuff to her, I'm assuming, or like what did
I don't know, she didn't go into detail, but
okay, but you're afraid of being the man who makes the girl hate men is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess you're afraid of what you could potentially be capable of.
Yeah.
I think that like you're having these thoughts right now, and that's not a bad thing because you are deciding who you're going to be, and you're observing your peers' behavior and the behavior of other like guys your age, boys your age, and it doesn't align with who you want to be. And so like always feel in control of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I am this kind of person. I won't do those things. I won't cross these lines. Like this is a good time for you to create your principles. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being like afraid of what you might be capable of, tell yourself that I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there. Like whatever happens, like I won't disrespect somebody that I'm with in those ways. You know what I'm saying? And then like, obviously, I think those are the types of fears that never go away, but it's good that you are actually afraid of those things. It's good that like you don't want to be that way. It's good that you've kind of created I think there's like some people out there who there's no limit to their madness. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll do one thing, then they'll do another thing, and it gets progressively worse and worse and worse. But for you created that limit, and so now you have to hold yourself accountable, right? It's not even about the person that you're with; it's about you and the things that you won't do, and it has nothing to do with anybody else.
Okay, and also something else I wanted to address. So, I think that like all of the stuff that I talked about in the previous episodes,
Right.
it has created a lasting effect.
Which I said that it changed you.
Yeah, it did. Because I was like, okay, so obviously with the new development, right, very early on, and like, you know, you never know what could happen.
Right.
But like, we're on the right track.
Okay.
But I wasn't expecting to be on the right track. Like for the first week, I was like, okay, it's going good so far, but like something's gonna happen. Like something is gonna drastically change.
Right.
And then when it didn't, I was like, wait.
And to clarify, you're talking about a person you're talking to right now. Okay.
So I was like, wait, what's happening? Like I was kind of just confused. I was like,
Right.
So then I was like, so I actually like, because I feel like sometimes I'm just like, I just expect it to go nowhere and then I move on to the next one. And I thought it was just going to be an endless cycle. But now that I can see that something's actually going to start to develop, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Right.
But I feel like I've like come to terms with it, but it's just like, I wish I could have like just a clean slate where I could just forget about all the like past mishaps, if
Right.
you will.
Right. I think that like it's unfortunate that sometimes our past affects our present. But this is where you have to be really mindful of that and not let those failures, and weren't actually failures. They were never supposed to become anything, right? But like you have to make sure that they don't start to seep into how you see things in the present, because then you're not even living for right now. You're living for what was going on back then, or you're
That's
living
true.
too far ahead of time. So like, as cliche as it sounds, like, you know, be in the moment and all of that stuff, like it feels very unrealistic, but that's the only way for you to really enjoy what you have going on right now, because right now it's great, it's new. Guess what? You'll never get these moments with that person back again, which is really important. It's like you'll never have a first date again. You'll never have a first FaceTime again. So instead of being so scared of it not coming of anything, just enjoy the newness of it all, because at a certain point it's going to become ordinary. And that ordinary is not bad now. Like being familiar with somebody is not bad, but like still always remember to enjoy what is happening right now, because we don't know how long this will last, but you know, you won't get this back.
It felt like I was like trying to rush past like everything while also being like afraid of things moving at the same time. Like I can't explain it, but that's just how I feel. But like,
never rush. Never rush. Because rushing, like when you rush, you can't think, you're not thinking clearly. You're just trying to skip past things. Like really do your, honestly, it's better to move slower than it is to move too fast. Because at least when you move slower, like you're taking your time, you're thinking things through. Everything that you say, every decision that you make, like you've thought it out, right? But if you go too fast, you don't get it back. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to going maybe too slow, but like you've taken your time and you know that this is exactly where you want to be, as opposed to just trying to skip through this phase because it feels uncomfortable. Because that's what it is. Like,
yeah,
it's fear, but it's also just discomfort. Like you're not in a place where you feel completely secure, but like that's okay. Just bask in it, and then eventually it'll actually become comfortable.
What would you say are like some of your fears?
My fears. Oh. Hold on. I think for me, my fear is that, okay, let me explain. I have talked to a lot of people, and there is a sort of mindlessness and short-sightedness that I have experienced from people, where like I just said, don't move too fast, where I can watch them trying to skip through the uncomfortable, and it makes me question people a lot. Like it makes me very like hyper skeptical of people's intentions, because I'm like, I don't even think you really thought out your intentions, and that makes me not trust you. So it's not that you're a bad person or that you're going to do me wrong or whatever. It's just that like, I don't trust that anyone my age has the maturity to like really sit with what is uncomfortable for them and decide if I'm the person for them. I feel like they make the first glance, okay, she looks how I want her to look, and she goes to an Ivy League school and she played sports perfect. So that means she's fit or whatever. And then they skip past the actually getting to know me part. And I think that like in the talking phase that I was in before this one, it was very clear that when he actually started to like get to know me, he was like, who is this person? Because I don't think, I don't know if you would say this, but I don't think that the first impression someone would get of me is anywhere near who I am.
Well, I don't know my first impression of you, but all I remember is peeing on you. So
whatever. Whatever. That's not what we're here to talk about. Not you bringing back trauma. But like, I mean, just from like the whatever you can imagine is somebody's first impression of me, like how I might present. Like just think of like me actually.
Okay.
It probably doesn't really match. Like
I don't think
imagine like okay, let's say we look at my Instagram for example.
But also, I feel like I
You
know
know me
you
too
better
well.
than like anyone else.
Okay, but just look at my Instagram, right? Just like my Instagram, how it presents very aesthetic, very like put together, and then think of me in real life. It's not the same thing.
No.
And so I just know that anyone I'm talking to, if I feel like they're rushing through that process, I'm like, oh babes, you don't even know who you're talking. You don't even know me for real, because like when you actually get to know me, you're going to be very either you're going to be like really happy that I'm not like that, or you're going to be really disappointed. Most of the time it's disappointment. And so for me, like my fear is not picking up on them rushing and ending up with somebody who actually doesn't like me for me. And so yeah, that's probably my biggest fear. So even in like the talking stage I'm in right now, like he calls me Inspector Gadget, because I'm always like questioning. But it's like, I need to know that you know why you're here. You know what I'm saying? And that you can tell me what you know about me, and I can see if it matches. You know what I'm saying? And like every time I've talked to people, they're like, oh, I bet you go out all the time. I'm like, or they're like, I bet like you're always looking good. Like that's not me.
Yeah.
So that I would say that's like my fear. And that's just like how I deal and process with my fear.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay, hit me with it.
So what are some like reasons that you've had to end talking stages? If you can think of them.
Reasons, I would say like exactly what I referenced before. If I feel like things are moving really fast, and sometimes it's not even like we haven't even gotten anywhere serious, but I can just tell that like you're pushing this way too fast. Like, why are you in a rush? Why are you in a hurry? What are you trying to like gain? If there's that, I definitely would be like, hey, I don't think we're on the same page and you're going too fast. Or I would say that like there's a lot of, I think, and I don't know if this is just, I don't know if it's a gender thing. I wouldn't be able to tell you because I only date guys. But there's this subset who make promises and then like nothing ever comes of it. And usually with that, like I don't like end things. I'm like, okay, you can come back when you get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like I just let it go. And I just let it kind of go to the wayside. But I think that there's a lot of guys who like to make big proclamations and stuff, but don't ever back it up. And it doesn't even disappoint me anymore. I'm just like, okay, you're not really about what you say you're about. And it is what it is.
Do you let them know?
Depends.
Like, oh.
If the person is like badgering me about stuff that I know is never going to happen, I'm just like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like you're making yourself look bad right now. You know, like stop saying that you're going to take me here and take me there and do this and do that and we're going to be married and when we know nothing is ever going to happen. Like you're going to go like, I'm like, in 24 hours you're going to go ghost for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why are you, we don't have to play this game. But usually I think I sort of just slowly back away from those situations and then never entertain it again. Because in a way, like, if you really want to get to know me, you'll get to know me. It's not hard.
That's true.
Relatively accessible. All right, but that's pretty much how I, deal with, I would say, like, my fears. And then also kind of just, like, knowing how to follow my intuition and dealing with other people and when certain things to just come to its natural, its natural end. I feel like with ending things, I've learned that, you know what, sometimes you can end it on the first red flag. That's okay. You don't have to try and make it work with everyone you talk to because that's very exhausting. I feel like there's a lot of people like that and it just could never be me. But we do have one more topic that we're going to discuss. And, well, the first question I want to ask you, Spencer, is we're talking about Black love.
Okay.
What does Black love mean to you?
does it mean to me? I think recently it's become like a lot more important for me because I feel like when, or I guess I don't really, I haven't really gotten to know any white girls like that for real, but like, or any other race for that matter.
Right,
But
right.
it, like, culturally, we don't like align at all. And so for me, it doesn't make sense trying to connect with someone that you're just so far, like, I don't know, we're disaligned from.
I get what you're saying. Get what you're saying.
And okay, so let's take a trip down memory lane.
Oh Lord, let's go down there.
So, like, I did, like, okay, so this is back like 5th grade, 6th grade. So I did date a black girl back then, but back then I was trying to be like, oh, like I don't have a type, like, oh, like
You were in the
I like
trenches. You were in the
everyone.
trenches.
Yeah, but really, I was just like, I dumped the black girl to try to go for a white girl.
Wait, whoa! You did not. You lied. Wait, did you not say that? Like, wait, I thought the story you told me was that she met another new black boy and then went for that boy.
No. That's what happened the first time.
Okay.
So we talked on 2 different occasions, right?
Wait, hold on. Was this like a real talking stage?
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Okay. So 5th grade, chilling, right? See this girl. I'm like, oh, she looks dope. Like, I wish I could like be with her. Right?
She looks dope.
Yeah, whatever. And so then I tell this one girl about it, right? And then she goes, oh my gosh. So then she like gets all her like girlfriends in like this little huddle, and they start like talking, and they're like freaking out, and I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
And then so we're all going to lunch. I remember this like clear as day. And so they're all like in their little white girl pack, and they're moving at the speed of light. And then so they go talk to this girl, and then they relay the information to her. And I'm like, when did I ask for this?
Right.
And then she starts freaking out, and then everyone's freaking out, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So then I figure out that she likes me, and it's a whole thing, and we go to the little Valentine's Day dance together.
Right.
You know,
you were suited and booted and everything.
yeah, and we were like talking for a few months, as much as someone in elementary school could talk to someone.
Right.
So, so then, yeah, so that happened, and then so her friend wanted me, right?
Her white friend.
Yes, her friend. I that's not really that relevant to the story, but like,
Okay.
that friend
is.
I don't.
You
think
dumped
so.
a black queen.
No.
Oh,
I didn't want
oh.
this girl at all because she was crazy.
Okay.
Like,
So
like, there's really a lot to it, but like, she told me.
we gotta condense it.
Okay, well, okay, fine. Then we just gotta let her go because she is a lot. She's too much. She is a whole episode.
We can't add in another.
That's true.
Element
Yeah,
to
yeah.
all this.
Let's just cut her out. So basically, she tells me that your girl has a crush on a new dude.
Oh, not
And
the sabotage.
the new dude that came in. So then basically we just stopped talking.
Okay, but then at some point you guys rekindled the romance.
So it was national. Okay, so 6th grade, we had it talked, and it was just like we were kind of friends, but like it was like a salty friendship.
Right.
And so it was National Write Your Crush on Your Arm Day.
What?
And
oh gosh.
she writes my name, then my friend tells me, she's like, oh my gosh, like Nia wrote your name. And I didn't like her this time, but I was just like, cool, I can get a girlfriend. So like a few days later,
oh no, Spencer.
I asked her to homecoming. I got my little sign. And so then we started dating, and so like it was like I really was not feeling her, but like I
Wait,
just
why
wanted a
weren't you feeling
girlfriend.
her this time around? Just like now that you know her better, you weren't feeling her, or just like
No, I was just desperate. Like I didn't know the first time I liked her, but like the ship had sailed. But like now that she had come back, and I was like I wanted a girlfriend so bad, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna date her. Like,
okay, this was during your not mature phase. Okay,
not at all.
all right.
So, yeah, so we start dating, and so she wants to sit by me at lunch. So we sit together the first day, and I'm like, we're only gonna. I told her we're only gonna sit.
So to just say it.
I told her we're only gonna sit together on odd days, so I can sit with my friends. Like,
Wow. So you guys were boyfriend girlfriend?
yeah, like
What? Oh, I must have been really busy to not even know you had a whole girlfriend.
I mean, it was only 3 days because I.
Whoa. So she broke up with you
No, I broke up with her for a white girl that.
to go chase a white girl. You ain't have her yet.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't have this girl, and I fully left my girlfriend for this girl.
No, you not for this girl to go chase the girl.
To go run
Well,
after
at least you
the
broke up.
girl.
At least you broke up with her. At
That's
least.
true. That's true.
So you were probably gonna be a terrible boyfriend as you.
awful.
You already
No, 'cause
started bad.
What I was trying to do, so I was like, I wanted to go to the homecoming dance with somebody.
Right.
So I had asked her out like a few weeks before. So I was like, just hold out to the dance. Just hold out to the dance.
You couldn't even
So
hold
you
out
could
72
go.
hours.
And on
This
the
is
third
why.
day-
See, Spencer, everything that happened to you after that point, guess what that was? Karma.
At least I spared her any misery. I ended it.
Yeah, but that was wrong. You know that was wrong.
It was.
It's okay. You're in a better place now.
Yeah,
You grew.
I
But
did.
poor, what's her name? Are we
We
giving her a
can't.
name?
No, we can't say her name. We can say Chipmunk.
Poor Chipmunk. She
Chipmunk.
deserved better. Okay, so you broke up with a black girl to pursue a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
But how does that relate to you and your feelings about black love now?
Well, so after this white girl, it led into a chain effect of chasing many white girls. Like,
Okay.
I think I can count at least 4 that I chased in that year after I broke up with her.
Okay.
And then I think it's probably in the double digits, the amount that I chased throughout middle school.
Wow.
And didn't get.
So is your, I guess, belief in black love, is that because of you attempting to pursue girls of other races and it just not working?
Partially, but not really. Okay.
So tell me, where did the evolution from that Spencer chasing white girls to Spencer now, where did that, like, how did that come to be?
Okay, so 8th grade, I
Uh-huh.
got a little bit better with them, right? Like, one I was kind of talking to, but she was just playing me, but like we were like sort of ish talking.
Okay.
And then another one we were like actually like talking.
A white girl.
Yes.
Okay.
And like after those, I was just like, this isn't like the life I want. Because it was just like these girls, like, even if they had worked out, like, what kind of relationship would that even be?
Okay. What do you mean,
Like,
though?
I just realized that even though it's not like they all have the same personality or something, it's just like we don't like mesh. Like, I can't, like, I can be friends with them, but it kind of feels like that's all it's like meant to be with a lot of them.
Right.
Because it's just not like, I don't feel any sort of tie to them.
Okay.
And throughout high school, when I've had more experiences with black girls, even though they haven't always gone well, I don't feel like that's discouraged me from going for more.
Okay. I got it. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like for me personally, all throughout middle school, I went to a Catholic school, and I was the only black person in the class. And then at this school, there was no dating. You know what I'm saying? Like we were split. Like the genders were very split. Like there was really none of that. So it's actually kind of funny. Like everybody I was in a class with were all kind of like underdeveloped romantically. You know what I'm saying? We would like, whereas other kids are like dating, doing all this stuff. We're like, we've not done anything. Like we're just, you know, prudes pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily, I actually don't think that's a bad thing. I think that more, it
Middle
is what it
schoolers
is.
don't really need to date.
There's no reason for it. So like, I think for me, growing up, like watching mom and dad, like just kind of, I kind of saw like the black love aesthetic, and then also not ever really looking at white boys from a romantic lens. I think I always romanticized black love, but in getting older, I think I realized that it is aspirational for me. Like that's what I aspire to have. Like, and I think that the other thing for me is that black love isn't just romantic, it's also platonic. Like my friendships with black people, I'm not saying that my friendships with white people are not genuine, but there's always this feeling of like not truly being human in those relationships, like in those friendships with white people. I think at times I feel as though they believe I'm supposed to kind of be subservient to them. And I don't blame them for having, well, not gonna say I don't blame them, but I think that the reason why is because in every TV show that you watch, where there's a white main character, who is the black character?
The support.
Right. And so whenever I've been friends with white people, it's like they think I'm supposed to be the Raven to their, who was the main character in Good Luck Charlie? What was her name?
You mean Ivy?
Oh shoot, why did I say Raven? Damn, I'm sorry. The Ivy to
Teddy.
You're right. They think I'm supposed to be the Ivy
That's
to their
exactly
Teddy.
what I was thinking about.
Right though, but it's just like that's not me though. I am the main character of my own life, and so in the friendships that I have with black people, it's never that way.
Well, we had Ant Farm.
Yeah, we had Ant Farm. We had That's So Raven and all that stuff. But I'm saying that in the shows where it's a white main character and then they just put in a black character, that black character is like a supporting character, but that's what they see and that's what they believe is normal. That's what they believe. That's how it's supposed to be, right? I'm supposed to be the Ivy to your Teddy, but like, no, that's not what I want. And then in those friendships, sometimes I feel like I can't really just be authentically myself. But in the friendships that I have with black people, I can be. And so it's just like in my romantic life, I don't want to have to navigate that dynamic. And like, I also don't want to, I don't know. I feel like I would be settling in a way. I feel like I would be giving up, as opposed to like if I do find that person, that black man I'm supposed to be with, I feel like that would be success. That's what I aspire to have. And I think that like black love, it means that like in a world where we are actually meant to hate each other, in a world where we are considered to be less than human, where we are marginalized to no end, we still found each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we're making it happen for ourselves. I can't get that feeling with a non-black person.
Okay, so that one time where I thought that I was going to start talking to this white girl who I thought was interested in me, I couldn't get over kind of the dynamic where it kind of felt like, or not like between us, but like between any black guy that I know that's dating a white girl, it almost feels like the black guy's getting like walked like a dog, almost. Like that's pretty a violent way of describing it, but it just feels like the kind of black guys who are like, oh, like I don't mess with black women, like I like if it ain't snowing I ain't going type thing.
Right.
It just feels like they're like trying to like almost like subservient to the girl. And I'm just like, why would you try to pine for a dynamic like that.
I think that, so there's this concept created by W.E.B. Du Bois. You probably learn about it when you get to college. If you ever take an Africana studies class or like an African American studies class, you'll learn about this. So it's called double consciousness. And so like the easiest way, most condensed way for me to like define it is that for Black people, there are two perspectives of which you can view the world. You can view the world from a white perspective, or you can view the world from a Black perspective. So the people that you're talking about who get walked like a dog by their white girlfriends, they look at the world from a white perspective because to them, white is right. And to them, they won. So that dynamic, of course it's going to happen like that because they don't see themselves as equal to that girl. They see her as cream of the crop. And that if they get with her, that means that they belong with the cream of the crop too, right? So that white girl validates them. So however she treats them, and there's Black men out there getting killed by their white girlfriends, straight abused. Okay, but that white girl validates them in a way that Black women can't. But that's because they're looking at the world from a white lens.